Hi. Hello. Welcome to the second episode. I am feeling very like a podcaster now because I have this whole headphone situation happening. And I'm digging it. I'm vibing it. I'm digging it. I never say that, but I'm vibing it. Very much a vibe. Go grab yourself a snack. I have M&Ms. Go grab yourself water. Water is very important, very healthy for you. But grab yourself a drink, anything. If you're having this in the morning, if you're watching this in the morning, eat breakfast. Do something. Do something while you're listening to Mia. Because don't just stare at me. It's very But yeah, welcome back to what was that? But yes, I'm very nervous. I'm looking down because I have my laptop. Someone, it's funny because I kind of make notes of things that I want to talk about. But someone actually told me, yeah, you should make notes and this and this. I do that. I've been doing that my whole life. But Mia works very different. My mind is a very busy mind, and it goes like, So I have a list. Believe me, I have a to-do and I have bullet points of what I want to talk about. But please bear with me. If it's very disturbing that I go from one topic to another, just please let me know. Leave comments, DM, everything. Just let me know. Give me feedback. Because I want to learn and I want to make this a big thing. What's happening? Are you vibing this? I'm feeling like I'm procrastinating. But no, let's get to it. Right. I want to give big thanks to you, to everyone who texted, called, messaged, DM, voice note, everything. You have no idea. You have no idea how that made me feel. Saying that you guys really loved and enjoyed my first episode and everything you said. From my friends to everyone that actually listened to it. I feel very, very overwhelmed with it because my friends know that I wanted to do this for the longest time. And my goal with this whole podcast is to help anyone. And just to let you know that there is always a light after a tunnel. It's never sad. It's not always going to be dark and gray. Then whatever you're going through, I am here. And I had a few people actually DMing me on my Instagram and actually saying that they are going through something and they watched my podcast and they actually felt like very at peace, very happy that there is a space for where they can just think and relate with me, especially because they're also going through something. And I feel like that's what I want to accomplish. I want to make this community where it's okay to not be okay, because for me, even until now, I feel like I'm a very hard person on myself, and I'm my biggest self-critic, and it's very difficult to not be so judgmental to yourself. You just need to be kind, and it's very easy to say it, but to do it is another thing. So yeah, I want to build that community where it's okay to not be okay, because it was said to me so many times, and I'm very, very happy for those people and my friends that never stopped saying it, even though the moments that I did not want to hear it, they were always tears, but they were always there and reminding me that I'm a loved person. People actually do love me, and that I have a purpose in this world. So I want to get it out there. So yeah, thank you. I want to thank you. How is it already emotional in the first part, Mia? Sheesh, Mina. So yeah, let me just sip because I feel very thirsty. Okay. Let's go. Today we're talking about so many things, like from this to this to this. In general, it's Mia. But I want to really focus on choosing for yourself, for choosing your happiness, for choosing Mia, for choosing you, because it's very important. On a daily basis, I feel like I encounter this, and I want to make a change because me, myself, guilty. But I want to make a change in the sense where you should not choose because other people told you. Like, let me just put it like this. You obviously ask for people's opinion. You go to your friends and talk, right? When you want to make a decision. But at the end of the day, it's your choice. It's your choice to do whatever you want to do. You make that decision because you feel like you want to. And I just want it to be a very balanced thought in the sense of with your thought and other people's thought. I don't want it to be fully 100% because people said it or because that's what it is. I don't want you to do something that you don't want to. Why do I say that? Because that was me. I felt like I did not want to do anything. I did not do a lot of things. A lot of things were stopped and I paused on it because I would think, oh, that's not how it is. That's not how it goes. That's not what the society says it should go or it should be. No. Simply no. I talked about this with my psychologist a few times where I struggled because as much as people say they don't really care what people say or what others think, you do. Deep down, you do. And to me, it's more not really wanting to disappoint my family, disappoint myself. Even though if it's nonsense, but it's a yeah, it's a very hard pill to swallow when you're confronted with the don't think about what others say. What? So yeah, I chose to do this for one simple reason. I don't want to get it out there what I went through because this is my story in not a malicious way. I want to get it out there because I know that I'm not the only one who went through this. I'm repeating it again, but I just want to say it. I'm well aware that I'm not the last and the first, but I know during that time that I was going through something. And even till today, still, I'm not gonna lie. I wish I had a person. Or I wish I knew that, I wish I knew what to do. And it's very, it's very important to be aware of yourself and be aware of your thought, be aware of your body because we go, especially living abroad, away from your family, and you come here with a goal to study and work, and that's just what it is. It's work life, and you kind of forget about yourself and you neglect everything around it. And unfortunately, the whole COVID-19 last year to today still happening here where we are still in lockdown in the Netherlands, and that's why I'm just talking to you guys because I feel like I don't have anyone to talk about. I'm just kidding. I have enough people to talk about too, but yeah, it is, there's a lot of loneliness in situations, and people are not aware of it. I'm not gonna say that you should always be aware of it, but just be aware of it because it is very important. You decide things for yourself. You choose to do things for yourself. No one should be able to influence anything for you. And me saying that because I struggle with it on a daily basis. And it's hard. I talked about in my first episode, um, not being able to leave my house because I overthought about everything. I overthink, and I said that the queen of overthinker, and I am. Still, today I feel like I do better, but it's very difficult for me to just not think about it. And I moved from where I used to live to now, and so I'm living in a whole new neighborhood. Um, Not necessarily people that I know around me. So I was very looking forward to getting to know the neighborhood and being able to, explore. And I'm very happy with it. But even that actually makes me very subconsciously think about when I go to the grocery, who's watching, who's looking, who, what, what are they saying? It was funny because I do on a daily basis now. I try to walk a minimum of 20 minutes per day. During my lunch and after work, I walk like an hour. I try to get it in because I lost motivation to work out at home. It's not a vibe anymore, guys. I want the gyms to open and I'm done with it. But anyway, so I just try to stay active. So I walk, and I'm very happy that I have a park behind me, and in front the other side I have another park. So I was talking to my friend. Actually, I was telling her that yeah, I'm walking and this is what I'm doing. So she kind of said like, I hope that when I'm there, I can also do the same. And sorry, I had to click it. Yeah, and I was talking to my friend, and she said, I hope that I could do the same. And to be honest, I was actually telling her that it's kind of difficult for me still because I have a very busy road in front of my house. And damn, I'm not gonna lie, when I pass there, even if I have music on, I start sweating because I feel like people are watching me. And that's not even it. I said it last time. I know that they're not, but it's just in my mind. And I was talking to my psychologist about this, and she did not have the only answer she had was it's in my brain, it's in my mind, it's in my head that I think that people are watching me because no one is. I'm not an important person for people to be like, and I'm not even wearing anything. They're like, oh, look at her. No, I'm just like a normal person walking. But yeah, it makes me, I'm still like not there yet. Someone actually asked me, are you healed? Bruh. That question. I looked at my heart and I was like, are we healed, girl? Woman, are we? And I know I'm not. Because it's very still difficult for me to talk about my breakup, to talk about the situation. Again, when I walk and I have fear, those are the things that I stayed with. And I never had this. I never, even before my relationship, while I was in a relationship, I never did. But I'm going to tell you what I found out when I was when going to therapy. My relationship was going well, we balanced each other. We did, we kind of balance it. Like when he does something, I do something else. But the big thing that I kind of realized was that I was very, very dependent of him. And that taught me a lot. So my biggest scare after the breakup was, how am I going to live by myself? The slightest thing I couldn't do. I knew I had to do paperwork because those things he did, and now I had to do them. And, doing groceries, I did that, and cleaning and whatever. But it was just the fear that I had to do things now on my own, that was very scary. Very, very, that feeling, that thought, that imagination even of doing things on your own. I mean, you could even think about it right now and be like, how? Like, it. I'm not gonna lie. To me, it was a very hard concept to even comprehend that, Mia, you have to do this by yourself now. So that's the reason why going to grocery was very difficult. Doing the grocery was a difficult thing, because it's not that I'm gonna be doing it by myself. It's just more. It's I don't even know how to explain it, but yeah, some things are just. That's when I was going through that, I felt like I had to push myself and understand that, Mia, you're doing things by yourself now. There's no one going to help you. No one's doing this for you. Let me tell you, I am very, very, very grateful and very blessed that I have amazing friends around me, that I surrounded myself with people that understand me, that I'm gonna have tears, but they know how they make me feel, because it means a lot to me. So I have this, my thesis partner, I'm gonna name him. It's Marnix. Marnix, tada! Because I'm gonna be mentioning him a lot. Not my other friends. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be naming them, because I'm not sure if they're really what they want to be named. But one of the questions, when someone actually asked me what kept me busy, and my friends kept me busy in the sense of, I was working on my thesis, and funny enough, my thesis was about podcasting, but I was working on my thesis and I had to focus on it. And my thesis partner, so Marnix, came to The Hague every day, went home at 10 every day, just for us to work. We worked, and it makes me very emotional when I think about it, because to me, it's not the thought that he was there, but it was more his presence being there. I'm not feeling alone. Oh my God, Mia, seriously. Um, I talk to him about these things, because we talk on a daily basis, and um, we make fun of it. And now I'm crying. What the hell? Yeah. Anyways, yeah. And I remember there was a couple of times that he would go with me to do groceries, and he wouldn't even say it. He would be like, so what are you gonna do today, or what are you doing after? So I said, I'm gonna do groceries, and he would, okay, I'm gonna go with you. I would not even have to ask. And wow, why am I crying? This is making me very emotional. It's more than what I expected. But anyways, because I don't know if I told you this, but when I think about a situation, or when I think about when I go back to a certain moment in my life, I don't only think about it. I actually feel everything. I know how I felt at that moment. I can exactly tell you what was going through my mind in that moment and how I felt. So I feel like that's all coming up right now. But anyways, yeah. So Marnix was really one of the people that helped me go through this whole breakup, because I felt like I mean, maybe he didn't per se understand me, but he was just being a very good friend in a lot of in a lot of ways. Man, Mia. So yeah, and then everything else that kept me busy was also work. After a few months getting help, I decided to. I was still doing school, but I decided to have a side job in marketing, because that's what I want to do, and that kept me busy too. And Marnix actually kept me busy in the sense of pushing me to finish it. There were a lot of times, and not just Marnix, my friends. My friends were, oh man, I cannot even express it, but the people that I have surrounded myself with mean so much to me, because they led me to where I am today. Marnix actually helped me push me through this whole breakup. He was always, Mia, we're going to work on our thesis. We're going to do this. I would not know if I would be able to graduate if Marnix was not my thesis partner, or if he would not come to The Hague every day, or because man, it's difficult to push yourself. I saw dark nights, and I said, as I mentioned before, you just kind of want to give up, and you don't want to do anything else, and that's what I felt. Um, Again, I felt like I was failing in life, even though nothing else was pointing that Mia, you're failing. But my relationship, my life was my relationship, and because of that failing, I felt like I'm gonna fail. I'm failing. I failed. I failed myself. I failed forever. And no. Other parts of it was my friends just reminding me on a daily basis, telling me, Mia, my worth. And going to someone professional, I used to go, in the beginning, I went once a week. And man, let me tell you, that was a hard thing. That was very, very difficult because she started asking questions that I was like, girl, I don't want to talk about this. She was opening up Pandora's box, and I'm like, I don't want to talk about this. Anyways, eventually, she didn't really diagnose me, but she said I have PTSD. And I was like, girl, I don't have PTSD because that only happens to people who goes to the army. But afterwards, I kind of thought about it, and I'm like, yeah, maybe I do. I'm very traumatized. That's why a lot of it has to do with my fear of walking in public, speaking in public, and when eyes are on me, I start to sweat. Like, like what? I'm already small. I get smaller when eyes are on me. So I'm not really sure. Like this whole podcast thing, I feel like it's perfect because it's just with the camera. Is me, YouTube, you watch. But it's not necessarily me being there. So I don't. So my friends would actually tell me, or people would, when people tell me like, I'm watching your podcast right now, I'm like, oh my God, no, don't. I go subconsciously think about it, and I'm like, why, Mia? I go very nervous, and I don't know. But yeah, what I want you to take out from this episode is me just saying that it's important that you surround yourself with great, amazing people that will help you and guide you through any situation that you're going through. Unfortunately, this whole COVID-19, you're not really able to meet new people. But yeah, we can be very, how do you say that? Creative. And, people would think, I actually researched this, people would think that they're not creative. 20% of your brain is a creative, is creative. So you should actually stimulate that more often. Especially for people that work. I have this that I'm like, I work. I have an office work, so I balance it now like with office and then home. But still, I'm like I'm looking at a computer on a like 8 hours long straight. Um, I have this thing that I told myself that I'm gonna start reading again because I do read. I have this 1 month challenge, 1 book challenge. Even if it's a book or whatever, painting or whatever you want to do, drawing, coloring, anything, you should do that because the other side of your brain is built for that. You should stimulate that side too. And it's very important. And I want to get that out there because people forget that. People forget that it's important to take care of yourself. It's important to be there for yourself, to know when to stop, to know what to do next. I'm going to talk about this in further episodes. I also want to say, like, people just randomly started asking questions, but if you have also questions, put them, I said, put them in the comments or DM me. Don't ask me heavy questions because I don't really know answers to it. But like when someone asks me, "Are you healed?" That really shocked me. I was legit shocked that someone would ask that, and not really per se asked about the question or that person, but more to my answer. Are we healed? are you healed, Mia? And I think I will look back at my podcast and I said, I think somewhere out there that I said, I am healed. Mistake. Girl, we're not. And it's okay. And I think I mentioned it in the beginning that I want to milk. I want to make this environment where it's okay. Yeah, it's okay to not be okay. I want to make this with you. I want to make this with everyone. I want to create this a community where, you know, it's where you're free and open to talk about whatever you want. Because it should be like that. It's a free country. It's a free freedom of speech. But I will always keep in mind that if I feel like I'm right, it doesn't always make it right saying it. So, yeah. I had another question of what kept me busy. What went through my mind and everything else that I did, like how my daily routine looked like the first few months. Dark. Let me tell you that. But I'm not gonna talk about the darkness of it because I don't wanna make this channel depressing. Because I talked about it already in the sense of what I went through, but in this I want to tell you, this makes me exciting because I want to tell you what helped me go through the day. And that's music. Yo, music is my life. People that know me, they know that I have a specific genre that I listened to and I still listen to. And it's called ritmo combina, and people actually in Aruba we call it bailable, and it's a genre that's sung in the native language which is papiamento. And let me tell you, this genre gave me the best hope in life that I will find someone else, that I will find someone in general. And I never lost hope because of this song, this genre. You know, and people that would come to my house, they know what kind of music they're going to listen to because I always listen to it. Getting ready. When I need to hype up myself, man, that song is always that playlist. I have a playlist with all type of songs. But don't get me wrong, I also listen to 90s R&B. Yo, I listen to hip hop, I listen to pop, I listen to the new type of R&B and rap and stuff. Even though I like them, yo, Dilemma and other 90s songs, they still hit different. They still hit very hard in my heart and my jam. So, you know, music was very much my tool. It was a very very helpful tool, I would have to say. It's I can't express it more how I love to dance and I sing, and that's why I think I like bailable ritmo combina, because it's a dancing song. But mind you, I also listen to bachata, merengue, salsa. When I'm cleaning, I listen to like vallenato, binomio de oro. They're all playing, and I'm like, I think my neighbors, they know on a Sunday or Saturday, they know it's cleaning day for me. Yeah. So I would blast that and I would pour my heart out and I would sing it all. And I have to say, when I was going through, like, the whole breakup thing, I used to listen to vallenato. And if you don't know what vallenato is, it's you should look it up. I don't know how to explain it, but it's intense. It's in Spanish. And it's like it's played with an accordion. Accordion? Is that how you say it? Just gonna have to look this up. But anyways, and yo, that's the type of music that when you're heartbroken, you should listen to that, because it's gonna rip up every piece of that bandage from you and be like, we're all feeling this together. Right? So yeah, music, if you don't feel like music is for you, music worked for me. But if it's not for you, I would say, painting. I painted for a couple of months. I draw stuff, and I bought so many things, and I started painting, and I was like, yeah, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be Mia's new hobby. painted an owl, and I'm very proud of it because it's still in my room. But yeah, music, find your genre, and I feel like that's gonna take you to a whole other level of universe and be like, I live. And another thing was TikTok, I have to say. It's a now thing though, but I think a year after my breakup, I found out about TikTok and I downloaded it. And even though I know how TikTok has its own algorithms, but I was finding so many people going through almost the same thing, and like speech and powerful people talking about, like what they went through and just reminders. And I was like, damn, man, this is what I need. This is what I want. This is what I want to hear. You know what? Also, another thing that kind of sort of helped me through is what's listening to podcasts. And I listened to audiobooks and podcasts, and it kept my mind be very creative. It was just going through like a whole universe. Though I do have to say, I haven't tried listening to an audible book, storybook yet. All I've listened to was like self-help books. So I think I'm gonna try another type of story then. But yeah, so man, I don't know if I taught you anything in this episode. I know I cried again, damn. But I don't know, like I said, I had a list, but my mind, this is my mind. Woo. And I don't want to make it any longer always, because if I was, why am I always everywhere? But because if it was for me, I would talk forever. I would talk every day. But yeah, let me just cut it here. And I feel like there was a lot of emotions already felt, so I want to continue this in another episode. Please, if you have questions and anything you want to know, anything you want to talk about, I have to admit, I am still kind of not hesitant, but I'm still figuring out how I can very easily talk about the more deeper feelings in there, because without crying. And yeah. And if you want to share things with me, please do. And don't be afraid. Just, I feel very, very appreciated. I appreciate you all because you take your time to watch this. But in general, just thank you for the support. Why is this so emotional? But yeah. So next time on my next episode, I hope to see you. And yeah, let's keep talking about how it's okay to not be okay. And let me know if you like this, because I'm vibing this whole like tie-dye thing again. It's a vibe. But anyways, thank you guys for watching and listening. Enjoy the rest of your day, night, midnight, or whatever. And I'll see you guys next time.